Good morning and welcome to Advent 3. And today we have 3 candles lit. And this is our Rose Sunday that we celebrate the grace of God poured on all of us. And in your Advent bag on Advent 3, you will find a nativity scene for you to cut out. It's either already printed in color or you can use your own imagination and color all the figures. Now at my house, I already have a nativity scene that's really, really special for me. But I found that cutting out the nativity and praying with each one of the people representative in this scene, that it was really wonderful for me. So Jesus was born in a manger, and most of us think of a manger as being a barn. But outside of Bethlehem, the animals were kept in safe areas that were more like caves. So as I started putting my nativity together, I found a box and I went out in the yard and found some rocks that might represent a cave or rocky soil and some moss. And every time I cut out a character that goes in the nativity scene, I prayed with them. So you'll notice that we have a mule, a donkey, and we have a cow. And both of those animals are very important in Jesus' time. You'll remember that the donkey carried Mary for a long distance to the manger as she was heavy laden with child and carried her there. So that she could rest and give birth to Jesus. So you'll find that the donkey throughout the Bible is really important, and then our cows too, that give us nourishment and food and milk that we need. And you'll remember in the story that a star shone bright in the sky, and so this is my poor little star, but it's actually signaling the birth of the Holy Child. So when I put animals in, I pray for God's creation and all the things that He gives us that we need to have really good balanced life. The plants and the trees and all the animals, flowers and everything beautiful in creation. And then we have Joseph. And I pray for all the men in my life who have witnessed faithful journeys, listening to God and doing what they were supposed to do. And Mary, sweet Mary. I always remember all the mothers, all the sisters and aunts and uncles. Oh, not uncles, all the aunts and the people that the women in my life who I've treasured, that they taught me how to cook and clean house and to love my family and to love my church family and to do God's work and to pray. And then we have the shepherds. And the shepherds take care of the flock and the most vulnerable. And so when I put the shepherds there, I pray for all my clergy friends that take care of flocks. I pray for all the nurses and doctors and EMS and emergency people that are taking care of the sick and the vulnerable. And anyone that's doing any type of service industry that makes our life better, that we often don't see, but because of them, our streets are clean and our leaves are picked up, and I give thanks for those people. And then we have the 3 wise men, and they're very learned and smart men, and I pray for all the people in my life that have helped to educate me and bring wisdom and good thoughts to my life. And the last person that I put into my nativity is Jesus. And Jesus, the Son of God, our incarnate Lord, who comes down and walks among us, who loves us unconditionally, and He brings us hope. And so this season that sometimes seems so dark, The birth of Jesus is long awaited, and even though we do this story year after year after year, the light of Christ burns bright in our hearts at this time. And the angels go visit, and they always say, "Do not be afraid, I'm coming from God." And so the angels go throughout the land proclaiming the birth of Jesus. And aren't we glad when we have those angels in our life that bring us good tidings and love? Enjoy your Advent and enjoy putting together your nativity scene and praying for those in your life that are reflected in this scene.